Good morning po. Good morning. Welcome po sa DPWH Sorsogon Second, Barangay Bayawin, Gubat, Sorsogon. Today is June 1, 2026. Scheduled for today's opening bids. For goods po, 26 GFL 0001. Supply and delivery of materials for repainting of pavement markings and signages along national roads and bridges. Second quarter CY 2026, primary, secondary, and tertiary roads within Sorsogon Second District Engineering Office, Barangay Bayawin, Gubat, Sorsogon. 26 GFL 002, supply and delivery of materials for premix patching on concrete and bituminous pavement along national roads and bridges, primary, secondary, and tertiary roads within Sorsogon Second DEO, Barangay Bayawin, Gubat, Sorsogon. And 26 GFL 0053, supply and delivery of materials for 71X, special maintenance on roads and bridges, placing of new traffic signages along national roads and bridges, tertiary, secondary roads within Sorsogon Second DEO, Barangay Bayawin, Gubat, Sorsogon. Present for today's opening bids are the following: Joanna C. Calagos, Bank Chairman; Levi D. Pura Jr., Bank Vice Chairman; Jessaluk R. Almuya, Bank Member; Diani Albay IT; Cecil P. L. Villasin, Bank Member; Dave Tweet B. Almuya, DWG Head, present po; Nathaniel B. Alegre, Bank Secretariat; Rubian P. Yao, Bank Secretariat; Marcel D. Isico, Bank Secretariat; Rebecca H. Armino, Bank Secretariat; Rebecca D. Labalan, Bank Secretariat; Melody P. Navarro, Bank Secretariat; Robert F. Mulieno, Gio Design Marketing; Clifford Morris D. Lozano, Petromed. Madam Chair, for today's opening bids, meron na po tayo.
Cases upon was declared, this opening of bids is now called to order.
Proceed na po tayo sa opening bids. Ano yung mga 001? Signages from Madam Chair, unahin po natin ang 25 GFL 0053 with contract name supply and delivery of materials for 71X special maintenance on roads and bridges, placing of new traffic signages along national roads and bridges, second quarter CY 2026, tertiary and secondary roads within Sorsogon Second DEO, Barangay Bayawin, Gubat, Sorsogon, with an approved budget for the contract of 1,606,231 pesos, 84 centavos only, with a contract duration of 30 calendar days. Madam Chair, for this contract po, naka-receive po tayo ng isang bid from KFB Marketing. May request sa Back Secretariat to please retrieve the bids from the bid box. KFB Marketing. Madam Chair, ito po ang kanilang bids, properly labeled, sealed and signed, 25 GFL 0053. May request sa Back Secretariat to please open the bids po. Madam Chair, proceed na po tayo sa opening ng eligibility and technical documents from KFP Marketing, Buhatan East District, Sorsogon City. DTI, valid until March 7, 2027. Field Job Certificate of Registration, valid until June 27, 2026. 2027. Mayor's Permit, Sorsogon City, valid until December 31, 2026. Statement of all government and private contracts completed which are similar in nature. Meron po siyang 24 GFK 002 Purchase Request of Road Traffic Signages for use on replacement of damaged and missing signages along National Road, Primary and Secondary Roads Maintenance Section, DPWH Sorsogon First District Engineering Office, Barangay Gidlahon, Sorsogon City, with a contract amount of 2,371,952 pesos. Date completed July 29, 2024. With attached proof, 22. Notice of award, contract agreement, notice to proceed, 24 GFT inspection and acceptance report. Sufficient po ang work experience. Inspection and acceptance report. List of ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, signed. Ayan. Audited financial statements, received April 15, 2026. Annual income tax return, filed April 13, 2026. NFCC, with an NFCC of 42,242,010 pesos, signed. Must be at least equal to the ABC, sufficient po. Tax clearance, March 6, 2027, validity. Team certificate of registration. Bid securing declaration, signed and notarized. Technical specifications proposal, complied, signed. Schedule of requirements, 30 days upon the issuance of the notice to proceed, signed. Warranty certificate, signed. Manpower requirements, signed. After sale parts, signed. Brochures. Omnibus sworn statement, signed and notarized. IDs.
Madam Chair, I hereby I move to declare KFB Marketing complying for the contract ID 25 TFS 015.
Okay, please proceed to opening of the financial proposal.
Financial proposal. KFP Marketing, Buhatan East District, Sorsogon City. Bid for summary of the prices offered from within the Philippines. Bid amount niya, original yung bid amount, 1,605,789 pesos and 92 centavos less. Less pick 12% off, 12%. From the original bid amount. Madam Chair, proceed na po tayo sa ating next contract scheduled for today. With contract ID 26GFL0001 with contract name supply and delivery of materials for repainting of pavement markings, signages along national roads and bridges, second quarters, CY 2026, primary, secondary, and tertiary roads within Sorsogon Second DEO, Barangay Payawin, Gubat, Sorsogon. With an approved budget for the contract of 5,143,204 pesos only, with a contract duration of 30 calendar days. Madam Chair, for this contract po, this back office obtained bids, received 3 bids manually. May request the back secretary to please read the bids from the bids. Madam Chair, ito po ang kanilang bids, properly labeled, sealed, and signed. May request sa back secretariat to please open the bids. While they're opening the bids, I will read out the names of the suppliers who submitted their bids for 26 GFL 001. First, we have DEO Design Marketing, Petroman, and KFB Marketing. Madam Chair, proceed na po tayo sa opening eligibility and technical documents for 26 GFL 001. First bidder po natin, Petroman Trading Incorporated. PhilJEP Certificate of Registration, Petroman Trading Incorporated, Scout Castro, Metro Manila, Philippines, valid until August 19, 2026. Mayor's Permit, Quezon City, valid until January 16, 2027. Tax clearance, valid until February 6, 2027. SEC registration, attached articles of incorporation, annual income tax return filed May 14, 2026. Audited financial statements.
Yeah.
Audited financial statements received May 14, 2026. Team certificate of registration. Statement of government and private single largest completed contract which are similar in nature. Meron po siyang 22 GGQ03 DPWH Regional Office 6 Port San Pedro, Iloilo City with contract name for use in repainting of faded pavement markings of national roads and bridges along junction Balintawak, Old Escalante Road with exception with a contract amount of 3,592,785 pesos completed February 25, 2023. 003. With attached proof, notice of award, notice to proceed, 22 GG. Purchase order, sales invoice, DPWH Negro District Engineering Office, District Engineering Office, Regional Office. Attach na lahat. Ako. Pero pwede ang sales invoice is an acceptance. Yung contract amount ko. 3.5 million. Parehas po ang amount nila. Parehas sa 3.5 million to 7.5. Tama. Binigay sa region, binigay sa district. So with sufficient work experience po, may nakatouch pong sales invoice as proof na na-completed na po ang project. NFCC with an NFCC of 422,642,280. Sufficient NFCC. List of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started. Signed. None po. Tapos notice of award, notice of proceed. Bid securing declaration. Signed and notarized. Technical specifications proposal. Applied. Signed. Schedule of requirements, 30 calendar days. Upon the issuance of notice to proceed, signed. Manpower requirements, signed. Warranty certificate, signed. Brochures, Omnibus sworn statement, signed and notarized. Secretary certificate, signed and notarized. General information sheet, GIS. Date, May 22, 2026. Next, Geolisa Marketing. PhilJEP Certificate of Registration, valid until January 27, 2027. 26, 27. Mayor's Permit, Legazpi City, valid until December 31, 2026. DTI, valid until January 27, 2027. Tax clearance, valid until October 24, 2026. Geolisa Marketing, TIN Certificate of Registration. List of ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started. Meron pong isa. With attached proof, notice of award. Statement of all government and private contracts completed which are similar in nature. Meron po siyang 24 GFO 0021. Purchase and delivery of materials for maintenance, repair, and rehabilitation of infrastructure facilities and others related activities, routine maintenance, national roads and bridges. With a contract amount of 13,346,850 pesos. Completed August 22, 2024. With attached proof, DPWH Albay District Engineering Office. Signed ni Retivo. Award. Contract agreement. Notice to proceed. Sales invoice. Inspection and acceptance report. Signed. Disbursement voucher. Sufficient work experience. Bid securing declaration. Signed and notarized. Technical specifications proposal. Complied. Signed. Schedule requirements. 30 calendar days. Upon the issuance of the NTP. Manpower requirements. Signed. Warranty certificate. Signed. After sales service parts. Signed. Brochures. Omnibus sworn statement. Signed and notarized. Special power of attorney. Sworn affidavit of eligibility and beneficial ownership. Signed and notarized. Affidavit of disclosure of no relation. Signed and notarized. NFCC. With an NFCC of 125,703,345 pesos. Sufficient. Annual income tax return. Audited financial statement. Next, KFB Marketing. DTI, valid until March 7, 2027. PGEP Certificate of Registration valid until June 27, 2026. Mayor's Permit, Sorsogon City, valid until December 31, 2026. Statement of all government and private contracts completed which are similar in nature. Meron po siyang 24 GFL 0047. Supply and delivery of various materials used for maintenance works of DPWH Sorsogon Second DEO. Fourth quarter FY 2024. With a contract amount of 10,776,830 pesos. Completed February 27, 2026. Signed with attached proof. Notice of award. Contract agreement. Notice to proceed. Inspection and acceptance report. Signed. So sufficient work experience. List of ongoing government and private contracts including contracts awarded but not yet started. Done. Audited financial statements. Received April 15, 2026. Annual income tax return filed April 13, 2026. NFCC with an NFCC of 42,242,010 pesos, sufficient. Tax clearance, valid until March 6, 2027. Team Certificate of Registration. Bid securing declaration, signed and notarized. Technical specifications proposal, complied, signed. Schedule of requirements, 30 calendar days. Warranty certificate, signed. Manpower requirements, signed. After sales, warranty, signed. Brochures, omnibus form statement, signed and notarized. Special power of attorney, IDs.
Pass.
Madam Chair, as three bidders have passed the eligibility and technical requirements, I move that we proceed to open their financial proposal.
Okay, so please proceed to open the financial proposal.
Petroman Trading Incorporated. Bid form. Pricing details for goods offered from within the Philippines. Signed. Bid amount from Petroman. 4,259,500 pesos only. Discounts offered and methodology of their application, NA. Yan. Next. Gio Lisay. Bid form. Pricing details for goods offered from within the Philippines. Sign. Bid amount. 4,763,850 pesos only. KFB Marketing. Bid form. Pricing details of goods offered from within the Philippines. Sign. Bid amount. Original yung bid amount. 5,142,572 pesos and 50 centavos, less 12% of the next contract tayo, next contract. Quezon City. Quezon City naman ng DPWH. Madam Chair, proceed na po tayo sa ating next contract, last contract for today. 26 GFL 0002. Supply and delivery of materials for premix patching on concrete and bituminous pavement along national roads and bridges. Second quarter CY 2026, primary, secondary, and tertiary roads within Sorsogon Second DEO. Barangay Payawin, Gubat, Sorsogon, with an approved budget for the contract of 9,425,304 pesos only, with a contract duration of 30 calendar days. Madam Chair, for this contract po, this back office received 2 bids manually. May I request the back secretariat to please receive 2 bids from the bids. Madam Chair, ito po ang kanilang bids, properly labeled, sealed, and signed, 002, 002. Na-request sa back secretariat to please open the bids po. While they're opening the bids, I will read out the names of the contractors, suppliers, who submitted their bids for 26 GFL 002. First, we have GO Lisay Marketing and KFB Marketing. Madam Chair, proceed na po tayo sa opening ng eligibility and technical documents for 26 GFL 002. First bidder po natin, KFB Marketing. DTI, valid until March 7, 2027. PhilJEP Certificate of Registration, valid until June 27, 2026. Mayor's Permit, valid until December 31, 2026, Sorsogon City. Statement of all government and private contracts completed which are similar in nature. Meron pong 25 GFA 001. Supply and delivery of cold patch permanent repair, 40 kilos per pail, and emulsified asphalt SS1 for the repair of and maintenance of bituminous and concrete pavement of various national, primary, secondary roads during rainy season. Maintenance section, DPWH First District Engineering Office. Our contract amount po is 2 million. Oh, hindi po pwede. 2 million. Pero meron pa po siyang nakalagay dito na 24 GFL 0047. Supply and deliver of various materials used for maintenance works of DPWH Sorsogon Second DEO maintenance section with a contract amount of 10,776,830. We completed January 29, 2025. That's true. It was the first district ito. Section 24 GFL 0047. Notice of award, contract agreement, notice to proceed, inspection and acceptance report, cold mix asphalt, pavement markings, asphalt cement. Ano ni? Pwede ni? Asphalt cement, sila cold mix. May mga reflectorized screen pa rin. Pero pwede rin. So, sufficient work experience po. These the following government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started. Signed. None. Audited financial statement filed April 15, 2026. Annual income tax return filed April 13, 2026. NFCC with an NFCC of 42,246,010 pesos. Sufficient. Tax clearance valid until March 6, 2027. Team certificate of registration. Bid securing declaration. Signed and notarized. Technical specifications proposal. Complied. Signed. Schedule of requirements. 30 calendar days upon issuance of the NTP. Warranty certificate. Signed. Manpower requirements. Signed. After sales parts. Signed. Brochures. Omnibus sworn statement. Signed and notarized. Special power of attorney. IDs. Next, Geolisa and Marketing. Field job certificate of registration valid until January 27, 2027. List eligibility documents. Mayor's permit, Legazpi City, valid until December 31, 2026. DTI, valid until January 27, 2027. Tax clearance, valid until October 24, 2026. Team certificate of registration. List the following government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, signed. Attached proof, notice of award. Statement of all government and private contracts completed which are similar in nature. Meron po siyang 24 GFK 0020, supply and deliver of various materials for the repair and maintenance of bituminous and concrete pavement of various national primary and secondary roads maintenance section, DPWH Sorsogon First District Engineering Office, with a contract amount of 10,971,000 pesos only, completed July 22, 2024, with attached proof, notice of award, contract agreement, notice to proceed, sales invoice, reflecting the same amount po as in the contract, inspection and acceptance report, signed, disbursement voucher, bid securing declaration, signed and notarized, technical specifications proposal, signed, Comply. Schedule of requirements, 30 calendar days, signed. Manpower requirements, signed. Warranty certificate, signed. After sale service parts, warranty, signed. Brochures. Omnibus sworn statement, signed and notarized. Special power of attorney, IDs. Sworn affidavit of eligibility and beneficial ownership, signed and notarized. Affidavit of disclosure of no relation, signed and notarized. NFCC, with an NFCC of 125,703,345 pesos. Sufficient. Annual income tax return. Audited financial statements.
Pass.
Madam Chair, as both bidders have passed their eligibility and technical requirements, I move that we proceed to open the financial proposal.
Okay. Please proceed.
Financial component, KFB marketing, bid form, pricing details for goods offered from within the Philippines. Bid amount niya, original niyang bid amount, 424,404 pesos, less 12% po. 9,444. Next bidder po natin, Gio Lisay, marketing. Bid form, pricing details for goods offered from within the Philippines. Bid amount, 8,605,800 pesos only. No discounts offered po. Madam Chair, we have finished upping the bid schedule for today po.
Okay, so reminders, all submitted documents will undergo bid evaluation. The hope reserves the right to reject any bids, declare a tender bidding or not award the whole popular situations under Section 17 of the Implementing Rules and Regulations of the Republic Act 12009 or the new Government Procurement Act. For compliance under Section 61 in the Implementing Rules and Regulations of the Republic Act 12009, members of the back and staff and personnel, Secretariat and DPWH as well as observers are prohibited from making or accepting any communication with any bidder regarding the evaluation of the bids until the issuance of the notice of award. However, the back, through its Secretariat, may ask the bidder in writing for clarification of its bid. All responses to request for clarification shall be in writing. So are there any clarifications pa? Wala na po. Since we have no other matters to discuss, this meeting conference is now adjourned.